Hi guys, so thank you for coming today. So today we're going to talk about living life as an orphan. So I'm going to share a little bit of my story with you guys. And yes. So guys, today I'm going to talk about living life as an orphan, especially when you're like really young age, when you don't know anything. So I lived that kind of life until I was like 9 years old. That's when I went to the orphanage. So the basic needs are the most important things that orphans tend to lack the most. The first thing is food. The second one is water. The third one is shelter, which includes family, homes, and all that. But I'll go through little by little. So let's start with the first one, which is food. So food is the most valuable thing that all humans need to tend for them to grow, or to live, because when you starve yourself, you tend to die. I mean, you just die because you need food for energy, you need food for everything. And just food makes us strong and makes us keep going. So because you're an orphan, a lot of people or relatives don't tend to accept you in the family because they are like afraid of having such responsibilities. So not everybody in the family will accept you. So I lived in a family where only like 1 to 3 people accepted me, but there were people in my family didn't accept me at that time. They saw me as a burden. They saw me as a responsibility. They saw me like as something like can never work out, something that can never be. So I struggled a lot. I starved a lot. I stayed nights with no food. I stayed nights just sleeping at a friend's house, and it was horrible. It was not a good thing. It's not a good. Yeah. So when you're an orphan, food is just, but like living in Turkana as an orphan is the worst thing. I don't know about being in Nairobi, because you can go through, I see some kids go through trashes just to search for food, and you have these rich people who live in Nairobi where they just throw things and like food, that even good ones, so they can help themselves there. But then in Lodwar, it's actually just a different place. It's not that bad, but it's also like a different, like, people say it's a desert. Yeah, it looks like a desert, but actually right now it's not a desert, because it's kind of developed a little bit. But then back in my days, it was bad, really bad. So for me, I was really friendly. So I made friends even with adults, with small kids, with friends and everything. So I made friends with adults, and they have kids. So a lot of times I babysit the kids. And when you babysit a kid, the mother can feed the kid by themselves, or feed the kid while you're still there seated. So they will give you also food. So I like those process. In that process, I also kind of just helped myself with food. They fed me. So I didn't care about sharing because there was no water. And most of the times when my grandma told me to go get water, so I would walk miles to go get water. So and that water, you can't shower with them. It's only for cooking, and this cooking doesn't happen daily. So mostly it's just for drinking. So you only maybe cook once, and sometimes nothing at all. So you just imagine just going to bed hungry, starving. And then sometimes you just fantasize how you want such kind of food, but it's only in your dreams. So yeah, I used to walk miles to go fetch water. And the second one, which I said water, at that time we didn't have taps. Nope. So we have to go all the way, and people who had taps are like the rich ones, who are like more stable. Not rich, but stable. They had taps. So if you go to somebody's house and you beg them like, can I please have water? But then they're like, no, you have to pay. So at that time you had to pay like 5 shillings or 10 shillings, depends on the liter. Like a 10 liter was like 5 shillings, and then a 20 liter was like 10 shillings. So, and getting even that 5 shillings or 10 shillings was hard at that time. So most of the time when you're given this 5 shillings, and you know you're really hungry. So what I used to do, I just go beg water. I told them I don't have money, just help me water. Then they give me water. So the 5 shillings, I go buy maybe some mandazis over there, you know, because you're really hungry, and you keep it as a secret because you don't want your grandma to find out. And my grandma was really harsh at that time. So beaten up, I used to be beaten up a lot because most of the time I spend my time with my friends, because just being at home all alone was just boring, and also there's nothing to do, no food. So I spend time with my friends. So I go fetch water with them. I kind of just did a lot of, you know, just house chores for people, you know, to just do for them, and in return they give you food. Hey guys, I never used to shower. I remember, I don't remember, like maybe if you shower once, or maybe if you go to a river, we're just going through the forest and we're like, yo, let's go to the river. It's like a swimming pool. So we used to call it a swimming pool because we can't afford a swimming pool and we've never seen one. So the river used to be our swimming pool. So we just go dive in it, just, you know, that was the shower. But we never change clothes. That's just the worst thing. We never, because at that time, my grandmother never cared about, you know, just washing clothes or anything. Even buying clothes was just something else. But I remember wearing one clothes for a month. Just imagine yourself not showering, wearing one clothes for 1 month. So, and it's just every time I remember about everything that I've gone through in life, it just makes me really, I mean, it makes me keep going. It helps me just to know where I'm going and which way I'm heading to, because through that I've become a strong woman that I believe I am, because of all those struggles that I went through. So water, which I said the first one is food, the second one is water, then the third one is shelter. Trust me, shelter, family, love, all that. I never used to have that, and I didn't even know what love is. So it was really, let's say I was more into me, like it was just me. I felt like I was the only person in the world of just being a fish thrown into a big pond of, you know, a pond of water, and you're just like, you're the only fish swimming. So I felt like that. It was just horrible, because most of the times, as I said, not every family relatives will accept you. So I had those times where some family members were not good at me. Most of the times I get just beaten up for nothing. Sometimes I just get insulted for nothing. Sometimes I get chased away for nothing. It was just horrible. And then I used just to run away and then like come back after 3 days when everything has cooled down. It was more like you come back, you know, because you have nowhere else to go, because that's the only place, you know, and you think that they are your relative, but at that time nobody was just stooding up for you except my grandma, but she's old and people just don't see that. And it was just a bad thing for me. So right now when I see that person, and it just breaks my heart, but they've never asked for the apology or anything, you know. But right now they just can't accept the fact that I've grown up, and they're like kind of shocked because they thought maybe I'll become something else. You know how people can just, you know, just tell you you can't do this, you can't become this. So right now in the family member so at least I'm something, and even those people who didn't accept me back then, they're like right now coming back to accept me. But I don't know if it's like the good way of acceptance or but well, so my conclusion is that being an orphan is not something I chose. It's something that just happens. But I know that it happened for a reason, because if it didn't happen, then I could have been who I am today, or maybe I couldn't have even met the people I'm with today. So just know that everything happens for a reason. So the main thing for this video is that I wanted to share with you guys how I lived my life as an orphan at the early age. So I don't know about being really young, but I went at 9 years old, 8, 7. I knew how struggling life is, how I went through things. But at that time, I thought it was just okay, because I mean, it's okay to live like this. Yeah, I mean, you didn't choose to be born in poverty. You don't choose to be. All these things just happen. So sometimes I used to ask myself, like, how did I come to be like this? But I never lose hope or anything. We all have something that we believe in. So I believe that one day my life cannot be like this. I believe that something good will come out of it. And I've been really struggling with school and all that, but I still have hopes that things will change, things will happen, good things will happen. And I still believe that even though I go through things, hard things, sometimes you feel alone, there's no one to talk to, because we all have that one person that we run to when we have problems. But sometimes I'm just all alone, and you have to make decisions for yourself. You have to choose who and where and all that, all by yourself. So for people who have really parents, I don't know how parents are supposed to treat their kids, but all I know is that be good to them, because people like us didn't get to have such. And having such that is such a privilege, and you should be really appreciative of your parents, because having them is not something that happens every day. So, or something just, it's a must to be there. Yes, being born is a must. It's not something that we choose. You're being born, but then we never know what happens to our parents. So, as your parents, so today, guys, just go back and just, if you know an orphan somewhere out there, I hope this video will teach you a little bit, like, of, you know, just the feeling of not having them around, the feeling of your parents just gone forever. Well, I don't have that, because I've never seen my mom. I don't even know how she looks. The only person I've seen is my real dad, but he passed away. But yeah, but whatever. I never really get to know him, so I only seen him, and we never really had a. So yeah, that's basically how life is for the orphans. So it's 3 basic needs that you get every day. Some kids over there, or some people, even older people, it doesn't have to be like only kids, even some older people who have lost their relatives and they just live in this world all alone, they go through these things. So yeah, I hope this was good. I mean, I love spending time, you know, just talking about everything, because when I talk about it, it just helps me. It kind of heals the wounds that I have. Yes, I have them. So guys, that's for it for today. So next time, I'll figure something else to talk about, to share with you guys. So, but for today, just be appreciative for what you have. The 3 basic needs that human need to survive, you have it. But some people out there don't have it. So I didn't have it like 21 years ago. But right now, I am so happy, so blessed of what I've become and who I am today. So blessed of people I've met. So blessed of what I'm doing. And so blessed to share this story with you guys. So thank you for watching this, and let's see you in the next video.